Today I want to share a super simple trick with you that is going to help you become a confident communicator. And trust me, once you understand this trick, you will feel like that, why haven't I tried this earlier? Because it is very simple, yet really powerful. Alright, let's begin. Before I share that trick with you, I want you to imagine something, okay? For a minute, I want you to imagine that you do not know how to cook pasta. Alright, for 1 minute, I want you to imagine that you do not know how to cook pasta. But at the same time, you want to eat pasta and you want to cook it for yourself, right? So, two things I want you to imagine: that you do not know how to cook pasta, but you want to cook it for yourself, right? Now, tell me, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? See, you and I both know that in this situation, the first thing you will do is open YouTube, and in the search bar, you're going to type your favorite chef's name, pasta recipe. That is what you're going to do because you do not know how to cook pasta. And then you're going to follow your favorite chef's pasta recipe step by step. You'll be very, very careful that how much salt I have to add, which sauces I have to put. You'll be so careful, right? You will follow your chef's recipe to the T. Every step you'll follow very carefully. And I'm sure this is what you will not do. You'll not say that I'm a very authentic person. I am not going to copy anyone's pasta recipe. This is not what you will say. You will not say that I am a very authentic person. I have my own authentic style. I am not going to copy his pasta recipe and I'm not going to copy her pasta recipe. You will not say that because you are learning, right? You do not know how to cook pasta. And the same principle applies to communication as well. When you have just started your journey of becoming a confident communicator, when you have just begun the journey, you cannot expect to have your own authentic way. You cannot expect to have your own uniqueness, your own style of saying things. You can't expect to have that authenticity and uniqueness when you just start your journey. Okay, it comes later. And here's what I want you to understand, and here's the trick which I want you to follow. Please find out 5 people that you really admire as good communicators / public speakers. So find out 5 people whom you really admire as good communicators. And then simply copy them. Simply copy them. Okay? Observe them very carefully. Notice them very, very carefully. Observe the way they speak, their body language, their tone, their hand gestures, how they interact with the audience. Look at their speeches, their presentations, whatever is available online. Copy them and start copying them. For example, for me, I really love the way Tony Robbins speak. Okay, I really love the way Priyanka Chopra speaks. I really love the way Michelle Obama speaks. And I've always tried to I've always taken inspiration from them. So this is what I want you to do. Find out 5 people whom you really, really admire as good communicators, as good public speakers, and simply copy them. Okay, now please understand that this is not mimicking. Okay, this is not mimicking. It's once you start doing it, once you do it enough number of times, you will understand, you will retrain your mind that you will start to understand that why their communication is so powerful. Okay, you'll start to understand that. Now, to make this example more clear to you, I want you to think about that cooking example again. Okay, and I want you to think about this, that when you are copying that pasta recipe from that chef, okay, let's say you have copied it for 1 time, 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. And once you have copied that pasta recipe 30 times, then in the 31st time, when you cook pasta again, you will have that confidence to say, you know what, let's experiment something today. Why not put spring onion on it? I don't know, anything. Why not put a different form of cheese in it? Are you understanding the point? When you have copied a particular recipe for 30 times, Then at the 31st time, you will have the confidence to say, let me try and add my own tadka into it, my own way of how I like it, right? But you cannot do it in the beginning when you don't know how to do it. The same way in your communication, once you have copied someone's style, their way of speaking things for, let's say, 20 times, 30 times, 40 times, 50 times, once you have become good in that, once you have raised your level of confidence till here, let's say, then eventually you will find your own uniqueness. Then eventually, then 31st time, just for an example, when 31st time you try to speak again, then you will feel like that, you know what, let me try and speak like this instead of speaking like that. Let me have this body language instead of that. You will find your own uniqueness, your own authenticity later. And why I'm explaining this to you and why this is so important, because everybody talks about that, why authenticity is so important. You have to be authentic, you have to be unique, uniqueness matters. It's true, it matters. Authenticity matters, uniqueness matters. But you have to understand that that's not the first step. You do not begin from authenticity, it comes later. So the first step should be just start learning, okay? Just begin the journey. And to start the journey as soon as possible, start with 5 people whom you really love, their communication you really love, and start copying them. And eventually, once you have practiced and copied them enough number of times, then you will automatically find your own uniqueness. You will find your own authenticity, right? I hope the message was pretty clear because I gave a good example, right? Okay, and do let me know in the comments that who are the 5 people whom you really like as good communicators. Who are those 5 people who you're going to pick? I really like to read that in the comments because I have so many. I've just named a few in this video, but I have so many people whom I really admire as good communicators. I want to know from you. Let's share our list, okay? Let's share our list. Who are those 5 people whom you really admire as good communicators? And that's it. Start practicing. Make a list. 5 people whom you really admire. Start copying them. And eventually you will have your own authentic style in your journey, right? That's about it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.